Okay, welcome to the last section in Chapter 5, Section 5.7. And in this section, we'll learn a little bit of information from statistics, namely a couple measures of central tendency. Um, the first one, the mean, is also called the average, so you might be familiar with it already. Now, what we have here is a problem where we have to find the mean and the median and the mode, so I'll do the explaining as I go here. The mean is called the average, or it's just another name for the average. And the way you find the average is you add the data. So you add them all up. Take me longer to write this out than to do it. And that equals 29.1 if you add those numbers. And then you divide by the number of data pieces that you just added. So let's count them. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we divide by that many. And it's kind of like splitting it evenly between the fives, the 5 data pieces. So if you do that, you would get an average of 5.82, otherwise known as the mean of 5.82. Now, for the median, that's the next one. What you first have to do on the median is order the data, put it from least to greatest. So carefully find the smallest, and then the next smallest, and the next smallest. There's two 4.5s there. And then a 7.3 is the next until you get to the largest datum, 9.2. And then you simply find the middle number. And if there's 5 data pieces, it'll be the third one. So the median is 4.5. Now there is an exception that you have to know about. I'll show you on the next problem where you have to take the 2 in the middle and average them to find the median. Okay, now the mode is just simply the most common data piece, and it's going to be 4.5. There's 2 of those, and everything else is just singletons or so. The most common piece of data is that 4.5, and that's what the mode is. Okay, let's do the same with a new set of numbers this time. So we'll first add these all up to find the mean and divide them by however many there are. So 63 plus 25 plus 41 plus another 25 plus 86 plus 63, and those add up to 303. And then we count the data. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pieces of data. So we divide it by 6 here. And that turns out to be 50.5, the mean or the average. Now the median, once again, you have to put these in order from least to greatest. So I'll put the smallest of the numbers first. And then it happens to be repeated, so there's 2 of those 25s. There's a 41, and then 63 is the next biggest number, and another 63 shows up, and the biggest number in the list is 86, I mean. And we run into a little bit of a snafu or a problem here. The middle number doesn't exist. There's 2 middle numbers there. You'll notice that there's 3, if I draw a line here, there's 3 on the left of that line and 3 on the right of that line. It's an even number of data pieces, so this happens quite often. And what you do is simply take those 2 pieces of data, the 41 and the 63 that were closest to the middle, and you find the average of them. So the median is 52, and that doesn't even show up in the list. There are no 52s in the list, but that is the median of the data. Okay, bimodal is the case where there's 2 modes, and you'll notice here that there's 2 of the 63s and 2 of the 25s, and the others are just singletons. So since there's a tie, you just count them both here, 25 and 63. And I don't know if I have an example of a trimodal one, but sometimes you can get 3 of them in there. And it gets a little ridiculous if you have 3 modes. It's basically the most popular number or the most common number. Okay. Find the median length of the 5 biggest fish. They're listed, there's actually 7 fish lengths measured here. So we're going to draw a line there, and we're just going to count the top, the longest fish, or the 5 longest fish. So we're going to add this up. 14 plus 18 plus 19 plus, oh, no we're not, sorry, it's not looking for the mean, it's looking for the median. So we just list them from smallest to greatest. And the median number is the middle number, so 19 inches is the answer. That's the median length of that list of the top 5 fish, or the biggest 5 fish. Now we're looking for the mean. So here's what I was trying to do a minute ago by accident. So once again, we're not counting these 2 fish down here. They're too short to throw. We're throwing them back. So we're going to add them up. To find the average, you add them up. They don't have to be in order if you do that. And then you divide by the number of data pieces. There's 5 of them there. Let's see, let me count them here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But if we even paid attention, it said we were supposed to use 5. And that adds up to 96. Dividing it by 5 gives your average, or your mean, of 19.2 inches. Okay. Example E. Find the grade point average for the following semester. Somebody got an A, a C, 2 Bs, and a D. And the grade point average for each individual grade is shown here. So we're going to average these, is what we're going to do. First, add them. And then after you've added them, they come up to 13, and you divide by 5, and you get a 2.6 grade point average. Okay, so quite a ways away from a straight A average, which would be 4.0. Here's an example of a bunch of heights, starting with 65 inches, then going to 72, 74, 69, 70 inch, and 64 inch. And we're supposed to find the mean height. Okay, so the mean height. Oh, yeah, well, we find the mean height, then find out how many of these pieces are above it. So first of all, you add them all up and find the mean. 65 plus 72 plus 74 plus 69 plus 70 plus 64, and divide in this case by 6 data pieces, and it comes out to 414. When we divide by 6, we get 69, and the ones that are bigger than 69, it says above the average height, would be looks like 72 is bigger than 69, 74 is bigger than 69, and 70 is bigger than 69. So the answer here is there's 3 heights that are above average. And then I'll list them again. 72 inches, 74 inches is above average, and 70 inches is also above average. Okay, I think this is the last slide here. We're supposed to find the missing numbers, and it tells us that the median number is 12, and the mode is 6. Well, by saying the median is 12, we know this number here has to be 12 because it's the middle number when they're in order. And then the mode is 6. Well, you can see that these numbers here, there's only one of each. So in order to be better than that, we have to fill both of these in with 6s. And now the most popular number is 6. So the mode is the most popular number. And you can see this all fits together here. The middle number, when they're in order from smallest to greatest, is the median, in this case 12. And the mode is the most common number. In this case, there's more 6s than anything else. So I hope this helps you with section 5.7 of your homework. And do a good job with it. I appreciate all your work.